Greetings, community. It's Kevin of Entropy and Comics, and I'm here to bring you, well, books. Pre-order arrived, and yeah, it's a decent order. And as I made mention in the past, it's gonna be for a few months, especially now that I have that whole Simiate Summer thing starting to arrive. Next pre-order, yeesh, it's gonna look heavy. It's not getting in that yet. Let's get into books. Starting it off with this is the 1 in 100, the Miss Minutes Timeless variant by Knock, and I'm not going to read this one. I am definitely going to put this off to the side, as I well should. And yeah, want to start off with that. Next will be Carnage, issue number 10. This I had already read, and now that Carnage has this pretty interesting um, spear, I'm so looking forward to what kind of damage he's going to do with this. And now that his protege basically bailed on him, and it's ensuing a whole new timeline of events that's going to be again tying into the whole Symbiote Summer thing. I look forward to seeing what transpires in issue 11. Moving on from that, we're going to go talk about, hey, look at that. We got Batman and Joker Deadly Duo. I've been really enjoying this thing, and Mark Silvestri's just killing it with the storyline. So I'm looking forward to jumping into that thing. This is a story that I've been talking about for a while, and this is let's see what I can show this. I can show that. There we go. This is that flesh-eating cheerleaders from outer space book. I always buy the very, revealing variants. And this is issue number 4. As you well know, being that is my monthly pre-order, I've yet to read it. So like I say, I always buy the uncensored versions. I don't like them. I don't know if you do. Just saying. Going the Miracle Man, issue number I believe is 4. This has been cool, and the reason why for me it was issue 4. Mostly just for the reason of just gaming. Neil's back. It's him riding with Marvel, and I want to see what he would do. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Was freaking awesome. Last Barbarians, Virgin variant. This I had already read, and as I made mention with the Carnage, I am looking forward to what sets up and what transpires after this, because it was a great read. Gargoyles. Yeah, I had to get the original because I do have the original. I just don't want to open that one again, other than maybe just to get a little bit of nostalgic smell. I don't know if that sounds weird to you, but us collectors, I guess there's a comic smell that we all enjoy. So I want to get the actual, reprint. Makes it interesting. Be able to read the new and the old and the old and the new. Briar, issue number 3. Even my son has been digging this storyline. So, it's the whole Sleeping Beauty thing retold in a whole new way, and I've been digging it. Ancient Enemies. Can't wait to get into this. I thought issue number 1 was great. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So, Playthings, issue number 4. This is a wild mental ride. If you want to go some really deep dive into some, psychological delving there, that's fun and sick and twisted. Black Sun. This is about a story about children that are born during the Black Sun, and what powers they've gained, and how they're a little bit different from the people that are Earth. And we've already experienced, I think it was 2 times that the sun had went black for a time period and then came back. So this is issue number 2. So we're going to get a little bit more story of what happens in this series. It's been fun. It's really been fun. And again, that was only issue number 1. This is Tradsmore, Doctor Strange, Fall Sunrise, issue number 3. It's a very psychedelic ride, and it's pretty mind warpy. I mean, if you're not into this stuff, meaning tried more stuff, you won't be into it. But if you're into it, you'll be on for a nice wild ride. Thor, issue number 30. I've not read, and I am looking forward to jumping into that thing so bad. And I do get both A and B on that type of situation. And then Ghosts, the Silver Surfer, but Ghostlight. I have read this. I did enjoy this. I'm looking forward to another Ghost of Silver Surfer if one comes out of this. It'd be kind of cool. Variant there. Demon Wars. I really like Momoko's, variant. How should I say? Translation of some of the Marvel characters that we've seen of past, and put in a little twist on her, her own little folklore twist on them, and it's been cool. All right, now we're going to talk about Bloodline. Boy, did I get some variants. And I did read this, and I am looking forward to definitely issue number 3. But yeah, how the development of this storyline. This is really cool. I really like Bloodline. I am a fan. And I did get a bunch of variants on my pre-order. I went a little heavy. I like this one. Definitely like that one. And that one. I'm one for the blank covers. And I definitely got a couple. It's like I said, it's a cool story. I couldn't decide on the cover, so I get them all on that one. I'm definitely holding back a little bit on some of this stuff. Now we're going to talk about Gold Goblin. I've been digging this as it's been developing, and it's really been a neat little introspective ride. He keeps questioning, am I doing better? Am I nothing more than defined by my name, heritage name? It's been cool. Midnight Suns video game version. It was storytelling of some of the Marvel characters, and then we get and it's been good. Gold Goblin, talk about Goblin stuff. This has also been really cool, and it's almost on the same premise, just different goblins. Just saying, still good. I've been digging it. Yeah, I mixed that up, didn't I? There we go. Gold Goblins, Midnight Suns. There we go. Ghost Rider. Yeah, I have not read 11. I did read 10, and wow, this thing is ramping up. Just Ghost Rider, man, he is going through some stuff. Goblin stuff. Look at this. Red Goblin is also really good. I really enjoyed issue number 1. I don't know. I don't know if it's I'm a sucker for this stuff, but I just like the stories, and it's not a Marvel thing. It's just I've been enjoying the stories. Speaking of which, Marvel, Mary Jane and Black Cat. I'm a sucker for Black Cat stories. So if this is how I have to buy it, this is how I'm buying it, and I've been enjoying it. Them together, and now it's also the kind of the happening and defining what's going on between Peter and Black Cat. So Felicia's kind of giving a tell on in this thing. Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. This has been wild. This is where we're gonna end up getting a little bit more information on this whole knifey thing and Ring Lucy from the Spider-Verse, the web of spiders. Dark Web, Amazing Spider-Man. Now, this is the final portion of it, of the Spider-Man telling. So I'm looking forward to getting into this. This is actually a story I have not got to read. Don't want to get sloppy here. All right, moving on, because I do have books. And I went heavy on the 18. I've been getting all the Disney variants. I did get 2 of the design. And yeah, I went a little heavy on the 18s. But I also have 19. And this is pretty damn cool. So we have 19. Now I've also been enjoying this ride. All the Spider-Man stories thus far have been really, really cool. There's nothing I've been not. I'm not going to keep throwing all these negatives. Try to make a positive. There's so much to enjoy in these Spider-Man storylines. Deadly Neighborhood, that just finished the ongoing series, the Amazing Spider-Man, the web stuff, Miles Morales. All these Spider-Man stories have been really, really good. I like this one. I've been getting all these graffiti variants. They've been really cool. Hope you're doing well over there, Seth. Lady. We're in the Spying Tick Village. This has been a fun ride. What I really enjoy about this thing is how well these guys it works between these two teams. Doesn't seem like they're trying to force something. And with the first series, it just I guess felt so natural that they felt a little obligation to go ahead and write another series, not due to necessarily just the popularity and how well it did as much as it's cool. You know what I mean? They act like old friends and they work so well and that just the stories work. And you could pay a heavy tribute to the fact that, the writer's doing a great job every time. This is a great, check it out. This is a great variant. A badass. Eastman's killing it. Speaking of which, I did get to poke my head in this thing, but I didn't get the actual read it yet. So I'm looking forward to diving in this thing. Good to hear, buddy. Now, the Joker, Man Stop Laughing. This has been really he's pushing buttons, and he's pushing some heavy buttons, and it's everything that I enjoy about a good Joker story. So yeah. Now DC bringing in the Monkey Prince, this was awesome. And now that we're supposed to be being teased with the Monkey King, I'm looking forward to seeing his appearance. And I think this was a well augmentation of the DC universe with the addition of this character. I want to see him thoroughly integrated into the series of other supporting other characters within the DC universe. Godzilla, why? Because it's freaking Godzilla. Yeah, I love Godzilla. Philadelphia, Barnes is killing it, and especially with this world that he's created, he's just doing this wonderful job with it. I'm looking forward to it becoming some type of ongoing series on some type of platform. Now, if you want your brain just thoroughly warped, Wagner does a great job with, I think it's called plastic, and then he did vinyl, and now plush. And it's all just really out there stories. The premises are all based around the materials and what's that I mentioned. And yeah, it is a wild ride. I enjoy it just for the fact that I can't predict what's going to happen next, and I like that. Darkwing Duck. Oh, this takes us well back into the nostalgia years, doesn't it? And I don't know about you, but them bringing in Gargoyles, now Darkwing, and they're bringing all these other just stuff. Even out of Disney, which me personally would think that they would bring out onto a Marvel platform, they're sending over to the Dynamite. So Dynamite, you're doing a great job. Speaking of great job, this Junkyard Joe story, this one tugs at heartstrings like few others, and I have a serious recommendation on this book. So if you're not reading it, I really do recommend Minnie to pick that thing up. Cherish. This really gives some Eon Flux vibes, and it's a pure vendetta. A chick's family gets basically taken out. She joins the family. It takes out her family and takes them out. That's her goal. So yeah, that's been cool. Speaking of cool, Mr. Issa is the baddest ass bunny in the universe. Rank 3 though, but in my opinion, number 1. And yeah, Kid's killing it with this story. He's both doing the writing and the art in this thing, and it's great. Boogeyman. As it says right now, I've seen up to, I believe, issue number 7 coming out on pre-order. So if they keep selling it, I'm going to keep buying it because this is thoroughly enjoyable. It's a take on basically a hierarchy of way the Boogeyman, his world works. And one in particular decided that he's going to protect the kid when, as it stands, most of the ancients, which he is, of the Boogeymen are being taken out. It's kind of an anarchy thing going on within the whole way they do things now. So it's pretty, pretty wild. Speaking of wild, Ninjets, I don't know if they're going to do anything more than 6 issues because I don't think I saw any solicits after that. However, what I've been expecting these girls to do at some point is just take each other out, and then the whole project just goes to shit. Venom Rat. Remember the rat in New York that was trying to stole the pizza and went down the stairs? I think Venom had issue with it. Yeah, it's a Venom 16 variant, and I just had to get it. I just thought that was one of the silliest things I've seen in a long, long time. Got a couple of covers of that. Hey, and Dark Wave ending. This finale I have not got to jump into, so I'm looking forward to jumping into that thing. Harley Quinn, issue number 26, second print, ×2. Yeah, I mean, damn, look at that cover. Seriously, look at that. C covers. All right, Punchline. This has been Punchline has really defined herself as her own character within the DC universe, and I think established herself rather well. And this Gotham game issue number 4 of I think there's going to be 6. Halfway through this thing, I've really been digging, and I like how she stands on her own. She's her own chick. She does it her own way. She's really making a point that, look, I'm not here to copy anybody. And that very fact is allowing, in my opinion, allowing her to make her own niche within the whole universe. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you being here. Seriously. More than halfway through this line, and I am trying to make it quick just for the fact that, damn, a lot of books. So, hey, Murder World Wolverine. I did read the Spider-Man one, and I thought it was, rather fun. The Wolverine, I'm looking forward to just to see how brutal it can get. So, yeah, I had to get it. Now, this is a really interesting love story in a rather brutal world. And I just thoroughly fell in love with it. So I can't stop reading it. This was, again, I'm buying my nostalgia. So as I buy, a part of my childhood back, I find it interesting that Gargoyles is really set up almost as a storyboard style, which, I mean, I get it in some regards, all comics are. But you can really see how this is almost being like a pitch. It needs to be a cartoon again. Siren's Gate is insanely drawn. I mean, or painted, I believe. Shannon Mayer is doing a great job with this book, and I'm digging more than the storyline in itself, the art. So I'm gonna keep picking that up. Now, as far as the storyline is concerned, Bonnier is just a very unique storyline. The fact that she takes her enemies out with her body odor in itself is a reason to buy that book. The Image Anthology has been giving us some pretty cool stories. It's not cheap, but it's been, for $6, but it's been giving you such a, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, there's 12 stories in this. So if you're paying 50 cents a story, that's actually a rather good deal. Just saying. So I've been getting them all. Nightcrawler's issue number 1. I didn't follow all the other series that led up to there. I'm not getting the other 2 supporting books that are in line with the storyline. I'm just going to get the series in itself. Why? The new characters. I want to see what these type of interesting new hybrid versions of these characters that we know are. That was exclusively why I picked it up. Now, this is an ongoing series that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I probably will never stop. Grimm is a story of a chick that got, she died and got basically allocated into a group that is Grim Reapers, and usually those individuals know why they're tasked to do their jobs. She doesn't. They also know what led up to her death. She doesn't. There's a lot of gaps in her memory, and that's basically what she's out, to figure out. And she has some support now. Now that she's stuck in Vegas, the story is ramping up. Sweetie Candy Vigilante. Speaking about ramping up, this story keeps getting sweeter and sweeter and wilder and wilder. And as it does so, I'm going to keep buying it. This is just not only a very original storyline and very well written, but this is also a very well drawn book. It just pops. All kinds of stupid puns. I'm going to keep them going because they get as thick as soup. Speaking of which, Art Brute. I think this is issue number 3. It says right across can, doesn't it? And this, the whole idea behind it, there has to be a department that's dedicated to art, not doing its, proper thing, like just sitting there and being art to be appreciated. So it is interesting. Little Monsters. This is the one I've been wanting to read because of the fact that I know we're going to find out a whole lot of more of the history, what transpires that led up to the reasoning of why these kids were essentially abandoned in the city for over 100 years. Got to get into that one. Mr. Easta, issue number 4. God, did I just miss issue number 3? What was that? Yeah, again, Mr. Bad Bunny. This is such an awesome book, and I really recommend it. I gotta find out where the hell it is as far as my. Oh, there you are! Because I gotta keep you guys together. 3. And 4. So as you can well imagine, I'm just chomping on the bit to get into those. Kit Wallace has been killing it, and I'm definitely supporting Kit, and the fact that it's a fucking awesome story, so can't go wrong. It's a win-win for all. Speaking of win, here's New Win's book, White Savior, issue number 2 of 4. Now this is not what you think. It's what it is there's this fabled story of an individual from a land that came over, and they were supposed to save these people. The individual that shows up is a drunken idiot. So, Bad Bunny. Yes, you are correct. I don't think it's the same one, though. Could be wrong. I just don't think so. Dead Mall. 3 of 4, I believe. And yeah, there's like some kind of living ghoul in these dead malls, and they're just whenever there's trespassers that cruise through there, they like to taunt and eat and ugh. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I mean, I'm curious if at the end of this book that if they're not trying to actually convert some of the trespassers into these ghoulish creatures. I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting. Nightclub is a story of a teen that gets bit by a vampire, convinces his friends to actually essentially become vampires themselves, not so they can prey on innocents, so as much as they can protect them. Kind of neat twist, in my opinion. Yo, how you be, Mike? Hope all is well. Appreciate you being here. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Just saying. All right, Hulk, issue number 12. This variant, I didn't see many of out there, and I think these no prize variants are just kind of interesting. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know if there's no prize in it or not. Here's another cover. I think that might be a cover A. Yeah, cover A. So Hulk, issue number 12. It's another one I haven't got to read. Oh, here's a variant. Who's cover B? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. He might be. Wait, is he? Is he like a rapper or something? Mike, you a rapper? Send in a video we all want to see. Speaking of which, Vanity. This is, I think, issue number 2, huh? Is this? I need glasses. Glasses! I got old man syndrome going on. Yeah, no. Issue number 3. I've been really digging this. Vanity is just the whole series. I think because this is volume 2 is just wild. It's rather sick. They get into some real moments. It's a Countess Bathory story, so it's all based on lore. That was it. Seriously, that was it. 25 minutes pretty much to the T, and that's it for me. Entropy. You guys stay well, and I appreciate you, and you take care. Bye.